Colleen Francis. Engage Selling Solutions. Get engaged, get results.
There's really 3 key things that you need to know. Be nice, stay focused, and get to work. Let's look at the top 6 sales rules as they apply today. Number 1, first rule of sales, if you are not selling, you are overhead. So what does that mean? Well, that means that top performers find ways to generate business or opportunities every single day. I like to figure out how many sales are required for you to hit your target. So if you've got $1 million quota or $1 million revenue target and your average selling price is $10,000, let's just say, how many sales does it take to hit your $1 million? Every 1 sale you need to make, you need 3 qualified opportunities in your pipeline. A qualified opportunity, by my definition, is an opportunity that you know has money, has authority to spend that money, and a desire to spend it with a company like yours. You need 3 of those in order to get 1 sale, on average. But here's where the numbers get a little bit scarier, which is why we have to be selling every day. And that is, it takes 25 attempts to find 1 qualified lead. So we're talking about a 75-to-1 closing ratio for most companies on net new business development. So if you think about that and you think about your $1 million in sales targets and the 10 sales that you need to make, talking about 750 attempts that you have to make in order to get those sales. And if you're not doing some of that every single day, it's easy to get behind, and it's easy then to have a dry pipeline. So good prospecting skills, good discipline, good focus in the front end of the sales cycle solves all the other problems. What's changing in the sales process in terms of developing sales? Because what we're noticing is that the sales process is actually starting before you get a chance to talk to the customer. 78% of your buyers will use the internet to research before they make an offline purchase. And an offline purchase, of course, is you and they transacting business. 87% of buyers believe what your customers say about you. So it's the testimonials. One thing that you can do immediately that will have a dramatic change in your sales results is to take all the corporate speak, or most of it, off your homepage and to put user testimonials or customer reviews and case studies. We're building trust before we even get in the door. You can use social media professionally to enhance your image and create a profile. You could use LinkedIn, Jigsaw. You could use MySpace. You could go into Amazon and find books on your company's area of expertise, read them and write reviews about them and put your name and company and links back to your website. You can add testimonials to your signature line. Encourage real pictures on your website. They want to see you on the website, your teams, your managers, your customers. And use those things because people will respond to them in a very open way, and it helps to elevate trust. And in sales, there is a fine line between persistence and stalking. It's sales rule number 2, and it's one of those things that I learned while dating. There's a lot of parallels there, right? And this line constantly moves. Right? Most of us feel like we can't reach out very often. And in fact, the studies are all showing that we can reach out much more often than we do. American Marketing Association says your customers and your prospects will withstand up to 200 attempts a year before they'll tell you to go away, that you're stalking them. What the study also says is you can't use the same kind of media, because if I called April 200 times this year, I would have like a warrant in front of me, I'm sure, right? But if you mix up those media types, you can reach out to your customers more often. Voicemail is a real problem for most of my clients. We know that trust is built by consistent behavior over time, and that if you want to develop an open, honest relationship with your clients, one of the best things you can do is tell them what you're going to do, and do it exactly the way you said you were going to, which is why this voicemail script works. Okay, so if I'm calling Trisha, I would say, "Hi, Trisha, it's Colleen from Engage Selling, calling because," and then leave either my referral, whatever the reason is. Sorry I missed you. I promise to call you Wednesday at 10. So the key to making this work is you have to say, "I'm sorry I missed you. I promise to call you Tuesday at 10, or I'll try again Tuesday at 10. You have to leave a date and a time. So Tuesday at 10 rolls around. Now I'm going to pick up the phone and call. And I'm going to say, "Hi, Trisha, it's Colleen at Engage Selling, calling because I promised to reach you today at 10. Sorry I missed you. The very first words out of your mouth are the promise that you made previously. Because what's going on in Jill's mind now, and sales is really psychological, is Tricia is thinking, oh, Colleen actually said she was going to do something, and she did it. Now, 50%, we're seeing these days that up to 50% of people will actually be waiting for that call. Because you'll notice that I didn't leave my phone number. You should never ask people to call you back. Why give them work when you should be doing that work? You want to set yourself apart from all the other sales reps out there. So don't ask them to call you back because you sound needy and desperate when you do. Second call, you make that promise. So, Katie, I promised to call you. Sorry I missed you. Here's the reason. And then I say, I'll give you a try again Wednesday at 3. Now, sometimes people will call you back and, if they have your number, or they'll email you if they have an email address, because you can also send an email during this process. And the third call is something a little different. I'd say, hi, Katie, it's Colleen from Engaged Selling, calling because I promised to reach you today. Sorry I missed you. I've noticed that you've been difficult to reach this week, and I'm wondering if that's because you have chosen another vendor. That's where you are. Maybe it's because you have no need for our product. Something negative that lets them off the hook. Something else like you've just been really swamped and haven't had a chance to review our proposal. And then the third reason is always the same, and that is I've been picking the wrong times to find you at your desk. So it's my fault. And then I leave my phone number. My number is whatever, and if you want to give me a call back, that's great. If I don't hear back from you in 2 weeks, then I will call you on September the 30th, whatever that date has to be. So we're seeing that 80% of people return your call after that third call, and you know what? They all say the same thing. They all say, oh, Colleen, it's not you, it's me. I've been so swamped. Referral programs and live events are the number one ways that sales reps actually feel that they should be developing leads. So we want to be careful about referral programs. Here's what I think is so important. Here are the metrics that we talked about. One sale equals 75 leads, right? 3 qualified leads times 25, whereas we're seeing that in companies that have strong referral programs, that their closing ratios are as little as 1 in 4. So 1 in 75 versus 1 in 4. 2 kinds of people in sales, 2 kinds of people in life. There are life givers and there are life suckers. Life suckers are just those people who out-complain you every step of the way. You have a headache, I got a migraine, right? Life givers on the other hand, practice the power of reciprocity. So reciprocity is a very strong principle of influence. Sales managers shouldn't be asking how many referrals did you get, but how many should you give? Because I really believe that you get more referrals when you give more referrals. So the more business you give out to your customers, the more you help them grow their business, the more referrals you're going to get. We need to be those life givers. We need to find ways to create a culture of reciprocity. We can make our environments, our selling environments, really fun so that people want to do business with us. Your best tool in creating a really creative referral campaign is a tool called Chase's Calendar of Events. So it will have all the major holidays, and then it will have, if it's Cancer Month, but then anything else you want it to be, you can actually apply and have these days created. So there's days for everything, and what I'm noticing about real top-performing companies and people is that they're using these days to stand out with their customers. So no longer are they sending thank you cards at Christmas time. They're sending them at Valentine's Day, and they're doing things like, we love having you as a customer. The subtle way to ask for a referral is to just create an environment that people want to do business with and want to refer their friends to. So celebrating with your customers.
Colleen Francis. Engaged Selling Solutions. Get engaged, get results.